everyone, my name's Christy and I'm the high school librarian at the Indian Trails Public Library, and welcome to the avocado felt keychain craft. I am so excited to show you how to do this craft today. What we are going to make today looks like this. Yours might be a little bit better. Sewing is not my natural gift, but that's a-okay because this is about learning something new, trying something new, and having a good time. If yours turns out looking like this, great. If it turns out looking better, awesome. If it turns out looking worse, who cares? This is for fun. Okay, so let's get started. This is everything you should have received in the kit that you picked up from the library. You should have picked up some dark green felt, some bright green felt, they're pink felt, brown felt, black felt, 4 different types of thread, white, pink, black, and green. Some templates, so you have an avocado pit, the inside of the avocado, the outside of the avocado, a keychain, and a couple different needles. Please be careful. The needles are sharp. They will poke you. Please, please, please be careful. If you're missing something, please contact the library and let us know. We'll happily get you another one. The only thing we're not providing you with that you need to complete this craft is scissors. I recommend using sharp scissors, and when you cut, use this part, the closer to the center, it's sharper, and to cut felt, sometimes you need a sharp scissors. The first thing we're gonna do is cut out the inside of the avocado. If you look here, you can see the light green part is smaller than the dark green part. So yours should be labeled, but you're gonna grab the smaller of the 2 avocado templates. You're gonna place it in the middle of your felt. A tip that I found helpful is taking one of your extra needles and pinning the template to the felt, Yeah, so it stays in place. Do you see that, how it's pinned? And then we just take the scissors and we cut it. It doesn't have to be precise. This is a pretty forgiving craft. The only thing you really need to get is to make sure that the bright green is smaller than the dark green. If you don't follow it exactly, that's okay. Remember, all about having fun. Perfect. It's not precise, 100%. So after we have this, the next thing we're gonna do is unpin it. Again, be careful. Now we have a nice little base to work with. The next thing we're gonna do is cut the avocado pit. You can pin this one too if you want. I found it's not too tricky to just cut it in a circle, but again, it's up to you. You can also, just like we did with the bright green, pin that. And after this, we're gonna cut the dark green, and I do pin the dark green. And again, doesn't have to be super precise. General idea. I measure it. Does that look okay to you? Kind of looks like an avocado already. We're already done. I'm just kidding, we're not there yet. And then we're gonna cut the dark green, and I'm gonna pin that too. If you notice, I'm bending it a little, that's a-okay. Pinned, great, perfect. And once again, it's a-okay if it's not perfect. The only real goal is to make sure it's a little bigger than the bright green. Boom. Perfect. Beautiful. Yay. Look. We already had what could be called an avocado. Yay! Okay, so the next step is we're gonna put the dark green to the side for a second. We don't need that yet. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna sew the pit into like the middle part of the avocado. And the key with sewing is you always wanna start from the back because you get a lot of these weird like tails and stuff from the thread and you wanna cover that. So we're gonna smush that in between these two. So like on this green, on the back of it, there's a bunch of weird looking tails and stuff. And on this, you can't see it because it's covered by the dark green. So that's essentially what we're gonna do. So we're gonna take our black thread. We're gonna find the start of it. We're gonna give it a little bit. So I'm giving it 1 arm's length. So I have this part in one hand and I'm stretching my arms out and then I'm just cutting it here. Boop. Now this is the hardest part for me, is getting the thread through the hole. I'm really bad at it. So I lick the end to try to make it like a smaller target. Woo, got it. Maybe. Yes. Okay. So got that through. And I pull it through to give it a little bit of a tail. So if it does accidentally go this way a little bit, it's not coming unthreaded. Now that I have a little bit of a knot, we should be good to go. Just take this, and again, I start at the back. Stick my needle through. I want the needle to be near an edge of the brown pit. So do that, pull it all the way through. Then I'm gonna put it right near the brown spot, but it's actually in the green. And pull that all the way, oops. Looks like it got caught a little. This happens sometimes. Let's see what happened. Oh, so it caught that tail and I just pulled it out, unknotted it, and we're good to go. It's a good tip that I forgot is to hold the tail, and by tail I mean the part that's sticking through the edge here, through the back here. If you hold it, it won't get caught as much. And then sticking the needle in the pit again, pulling it through near the pit, but this time the green, pull it through, pit, oops, caught that. And then you just do that on repeat. And just kind of a relaxing thing. Your stitches can be as big or as tiny as you want them to be. Just keep an eye on how much thread you have left. But we were pretty generous with thread, so it shouldn't be a huge issue. But if you're doing, I guess, really tiny stitches, it might be a problem. But I'm not doing that small of stitches. Okay, almost done here. The key will be, oops, getting got that tail stuck. Making sure you finish with a stitch going into the avocado. You don't want it to be coming up, you want it to be going down. And then you can just tie a knot in your string to make sure it doesn't come undone. So oops, tying a knot, perfect. And then you can just cut off any of the extra bits. Make sure you cut, like, don't cut below the knot because then the knot you just tied is like useless. Make sure the knot's still chilling there. Okay, so this is where we're at. I ran into a little bit of trouble here, but I fixed it. But don't worry, it's a uniquely me problem, so you shouldn't run into it. The next, do you see how though we have these like tails on this side of the avocado and not this side, so it looks better? That's gonna be the key for everything we do. The next thing we're gonna do is the eyes. So you're gonna take your black felt and cut. You do not have a template for this because it's up to you how big you want the eyes to be. But you're gonna cut 2 tiny circles in this. So I'm just gonna go boop, cut it in half, boop. Now I have 2 small squares. These are gonna be my eyes. You should have a lot of extra black felt, so if you don't like it, the eyes, you can try again. And just cut a little circle. One circle, let's see how that looks. Not too bad. Let's cut another one. Let's see. I don't think that's too bad at all. What do you guys think? But if you don't like it, you can redo it. It's whatever you want because it's your craft. Okay, so then we're gonna take some more black thread, tie again a knot in one end so it doesn't come through, round the finger, and then how I do it is I pull it around the finger, and then I take it off the finger so I have a little loop, and then I push the rest of the thread through. Then I just repeat and I try to get it as close to the first knot as possible. Boom, there we go. Take this end. Again, this is a little bit of a split end. So I lick it a little. Perfect. And oops, nope, not perfect. That's why we lick it. Little bit of a split end. Lick it a little. Pull it through. Perfect. The tail with a knot. This is real simple. You just, wherever you want your eyeball, you have it chilling. Then you pull one end through, push it back down, do. And you probably won't be able to see it on the screen, but I went from like this side to this side, and now I'm gonna aim for right here and push it down. So I kind of made like a little bit of an X with the thread. So there we go. And then again, I cut the excess off. And I tie a little knot. Boom. And then I trim the tails. It's still a little on the long side. Awesome. One eyeball down, one eyeball to give. Tying a knot. Tying a knot. Try to make it close. Boom. Just do the same thing, make a little bit of an X with the thread. Perfect. Got it. Tie a knot. Sometimes I do this. I accidentally cut it too short, which makes tying the knot a little tricky. So my recommendation is to be generous with your tail lengths. You can always cut them shorter afterwards. Oh, got it. So we're not done with the eyes, but if you still have the black thread threaded, I would just use that. So I'm going to show you the next step, which is the mouth. Again, we're not done with the eyes, but the mouth is black thread and we already have the black thread threaded, so I'm just going to use that. And you kind of stick the needle through where you want the center of the mouth to be. And you pull. And you do kind of like a diagonal. So I'm going to go from here to here. Boop. And then you go back through the center for really, really as close as you can to where that is. So I'm going to go right here. Nope, not close enough. Boom. Center, pull through. And other side of the mouth. Boom. Smiley face. tie the thread. And there we go. Oh, he kind of looks super cool. And cut the extras off. Boom. So there we go. We're done with the black thread. But we're not done with the eyes. If you look, they have little white spots. Gives them life. So we need to add some life into our guy. So we're going to take our white thread. Actually, let me clean up real quick. Okay. Guys, look how close we are. We only have a little bit left. Okay, white thread. Now you only need like a little bit of white thread, so you have plenty. If you want to do more with it, you can. Fine. And again, you just need a little bit, so I'm cutting way too much with maybe like 2.5 feet here. Yeah, I think it's about 2 feet. And again, that's going to be way, way, way too much. But you do the exact same thing. You tie a little knot. Thread the needle. Okay. And you just go near an edge of the eye. It can be any edge, just you don't go straight into the center of the eye, but near any edge of an eye, you pull it through. And you go maybe like 1/4 of a centimeter, like barely any, like a tiny, tiny little stitch with the white thread. Made a tiny little stitch. If you want it a little bit thicker, you can repeat that stitch. But you do not have to. I'm gonna, because I like the look of a little bit thicker. But yeah, so there you go. Cut off the excess. Tie the two. Boom. And again, this is why, I'll show you in a second, why it's so important that you always start from the side you're gonna cover, because you get these weird tails that are not as cute. Like this side is way cuter than all these gross tails. So always start from the back going forward. And then my needle is still threaded, so I just have to tie it again. And then the key with this one is to try to get a stitch in a similar position. Like, it doesn't have to be exactly identical, but if I did this white stitch here and then I did the white stitch up here, it would look kind of weird. So I'm looking for kind of towards the bottom, kind of towards the edge. Perfect. I hope I lied. Actually, I didn't like that, so let me try. here. And I'm going to do that one more time because I like a little thicker. Awesome. Boom. Tie the two. There we go. Access. So if you see, I didn't do the little white spots totally even, but they're close and they look kind of cute, so I'm going to keep it. So now we are done with the white thread. It's starting to look there. Then the next step is the little blushy blushes. Super cute. So again, we're taking our pink and just making two little circles. The tip with this is to make them smaller than you made your eyes. So make it small as we can make it. That's the goal. Looks a little weird shape. Let's make it a little bit more round. Perfect. One eye there. And then we're cutting the second one. It needs to be a little bit smaller. You can see they're a little uneven. I'm gonna make this one just a little bit smaller. Yeah, that looks good. What do you guys think? Looks okay? So then we're gonna take again our pink string. And you need even less of this. No, you need about the same amount as this as you did the white string. Boom. Find the edge, pull it through. Again, I'm giving myself like way too much for what I need, but it's gonna be fine. Tie one end. At this point, you should pretty much be pros at this. I'm giving it a double knot. We're gonna put the cheek where I want it. Okay, so you really only need like one stitch. Oops, because they're so little. Okay. Then we come back down. Boom. There we go. We have a cheek. Boom. Cut off the extras. One cheek down, one cheek to give. Again, we tie a knot. Tie a knot. We take our little cheek, put it where we want it. Try to make it kind of even to where the first one was. Up. Down. Boop. We got some cheeks. Oh, look how cute. They're not quite even, but that's okay. I think the asymmetrical adds to the adorableness. But that's what I think. It's up to you on yours because, as I said, this is fun. It's not making something perfect. It's making something fun. Tie the two. Cut off the extra. Yes. Guys, we're almost there. Look at that. That is an avocado with a cute face. Okay. What is next is we gotta add the keychain to the avocado. And you do this by sewing the keychain to the dark green. You can use either black or your green thread. Depending on how dark of the green thread you have, if you have like a brighter green thread, I would recommend using the black thread I gave you. If you have a darker green thread, you can use the dark green. Does not matter. I'm gonna use the black, probably using like maybe 3 feet of thread, maybe, I don't know. Measurements are not my strength. Okay, and you place the keychain near the top of your avocado, your dark green avocado, in a place where the bright green is going to cover it. So, and by covered, I mean cover the edge. So if I like place it here, I'm gonna put my green avocado here, so it should cover the edge. So then what you do is, once again, you thread your needle. I swear is my hardest part. There we go. Boom. Tie a little knot. Do it again. Okay. And then wherever you put the edge, I'm trying to hold up. So wherever you put the end of the keychain, you stick your needle through it and pull. Oops, got some pink stuff caught on it. And then as close to the chain as you can, come up. So it's like right my needle is right next to the edge of the chain. And again, I pull right up. Okay, sweet. This time it did much better. So you're just trying to make a couple stitches around the base of the keychain to keep it all from moving too much. Boom. Sorry, I'm doing a bad job showing you. It's because it's kind of tricky. Okay, so it's a mess, but I have like 2 or 3 stitches here holding it together, so it's just not going to fall apart. And as I said, I want to make sure you end in the mid, like your needle coming towards you. So we're going to cover this side, so all the yuckiness, all the weird tails and stuff is in one area. So boom, there we go. Then we just tie again. Okay, and then we just tie a little knot here. I'm gonna do one more just to be safe because the keychain is definitely a little bit heavier than the felt. Awesome. Boom, boom, boom. Guys, we're so close. Only thing that's left is sewing the two together. The two together. So now we take our green thread and we find the start of it. And this is going to be the most thread you need. And as I've talked about, I'm a little thread happy. So I'm going to give it way more than we need. But I would say you probably need 3 feet maybe of thread. Thread the needle. Tie the edge. Double knot it. Maybe. Just kidding, not maybe. It just doesn't want to get double knotted. Here we go. Okay, so this is a little tricky. Okay. So because we want this tail, this ugly tail that we've been these ugly tails that we've been trying to hide this whole time, you are gonna start with just the bright green, and you're gonna poke it through there and pull it all the way through until the tail catches. Sorry. And then you're going to take your next stitch and it's going to go through both the bright green and the dark green. And it's really easy to get the tail of this thread in the way. So take your time and make sure nothing catches or anything like that. Boom. Awesome. And then once again, you're going to go through both greens. Boom, pull it all the way through. And I always start near the keychain because that also causes some complications. Um, like it's just easy, it's something else for things to get caught on. So if you have to take a second around the keychain and be really careful with it, that's okay. And now we just make little stitches. Oh. So my keychain just got caught on that stitch. So I'm gonna undo that real quick. Try to get it unstuck. Okay, perfect. Unstuck. Pull that thread. Awesome. Don't want to get my tail caught. Yeah, so the key with this is just take your time, make sure nothing is getting caught in your thread. If you use less thread than me, it's less likely to get caught. See, I just got my keychain caught again. Get that uncaught. And you just do this on repeat. Okay, gonna quick pause right here. If you look, you can see my bright green. It goes longer than my dark green. So easy enough fix. Take my scissors and I just cut it. Boom. And there we go. This looks a little weird too, so I'm gonna cut that. Boom. Then you just keep on keeping on. Going through both of them. So I'm gonna pause real quick here. You see I have this tail from the beginning. I'm just gonna tuck that under at this point to cover it, and then I'm just gonna keep going. So now that we're almost done, I'm gonna say once again, the important thing is gonna be to end pulling through, because this is our front, this is what most people are gonna see. You tie a little knot in the back. Extra. And there you go. Cute little avocado man. Keychain. Well, they're friends. I hope your guys' came out a little bit better than mine. Again, sewing is not a strength of mine, but that's okay. I had a good amount of time. Sorry, I had a good time making this. So, and that's really all that matters. If you have any questions, contact the library. I hope you guys had fun. If you guys make a better one, come show me. I'm at the adult services desk a lot. But yeah, thank you guys so much and have a great day.